Hey guys, Tika's Dragon here, and today I'll be going over my deck Fblthp the Lost. So, quick overview, it is a blue control combo deck, and it's really fun to play, Fblthp being the only creature, and you'll see why later. But let's get stuck into this deck. So to start, we've got the basic lands, so I play 18 islands, they're all there. And then to search them out and help within my deck, I've got the 5 fetches that I can use. And then for our utility lands, we start off with Ancient Tomb, so it taps for 2 mana inside of 1. We're okay with colourless mana. And then next we've got Inventor's Fair, which can search my deck for an artifact and put it into my hand. Then we've got Blast Zone, which is removal on a land, which is great. Mystic Sanctuary brings back an instant or sorcery from our grave to the top of my deck. Then Buried Ruin and Academy Ruins in case an artifact we need gets destroyed and put into the grave. So the next category we've got is Card Searcher. We'll start with the cards that search out our artifacts. So we've got Whir of Invention, Fabricate, Transmute Artifact, Reshape, and Tezzeret the Seeker. So these all can search out a artifact from the library. And whilst we're on the topic of card searching, we've got our standard blue card searchers, Mystical Tutor, Merchant Scroll. We also play Intuition. So of course we are a blue deck, so we do have quite a few counter spells that we play. So we'll start off, I'll do it in CMC order, and we'll start off with counter spells that are free. So Mental Misstep, you can pay 2 life instead of, Force of Negation, Force of Will, Fierce Guardianship, and Pact of Negation. Next up are the 1 CMC counter spells. So that consists of Flusterstorm, Miscast, Dispel, Swansong, and Stifle. And finally the 2 CMC counter spells. So we've got Mana Drain, Narcissus Reversal, Muddle the Mixture, Negate, Counterspell, and Delay. So they do all have their own perks, like Muddle the Mixture has Transmute, so for 3 mana at sorcery speed, you can search for a card with CMC 2 or less, put it into the hand. Mana Drain gives you colourless mana at the start of your next upkeep. Narcissus Reversal lets you cast the spell that you've countered. Next up is the removal that we've got. So we've got a Pongify, a Rapid Hybridization, a Cyclonic Rift, a Capsize, and a Chain of Vapor. So Cyclonic Rift has the Overload and Capsize has the Buyback. So next are a few stacks pieces that I play to slow down the opponent if I'm not having a fast game myself. So we've got Mystic Remora, Cursed Totem, Back to Basics, Rhystic Study, Narset Parter of Veils, and Khan the Great Creator. So you may think Mystic Remora and Rhystic Study are card draw, however I believe that they're more stacks because I believe they're paying extra for their spells rather than me drawing the cards. And then the rest to shut off mana dorks, artifacts, card drawing decks, and multicolour decks. So next up we've got the card draw, which is ever so amazing in blue. So these cards pretty much just draw me a full hand. So we've got Windfill, Time Twister, Echo of Eons, and the Seagate Restoration, which does also work as a land if I need it to. And then we've just got some generic card draw, so Gush and Sensei's Defining Top, which is also card selection. And then we've got our cantrips, so cards that replace themselves, Preordain, Ponder, and Gitaxian Probe. And then just some good blue card draw spells. We've got Brainstorm, Impulse, and Dig Through Time. And then moving on to the mana aspect of it all, so I'll start with the mana rocks. So we've got our 0 costing ones, so Lion's Eye Diamond, Mana Crypt, Mox Opal, Mox Amber, Mox Diamond, Lotus Petal, and Chrome Mox. We've then got the 1 mana ones, so a good old Soul Ring and a Mana Vault. And then we've got our 2 mana plus mana rocks. We've got Felwar Stone, Grim Monolith, Arcane Signet, and then a 3 mana Basalt Monolith. And then not mana rocks, but just some ramp. We've got High Tide to double the mana coming from our island, and Copy Artifact to copy any artifact that's on the board. And then we do have some infinite combo pieces in there. So we do have Rings of Bright Hearth, which combos with Basalt Monolith to get infinite colourless mana. And then we've also got Power Artifact, which combos with Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith, again infinite colourless mana. And now moving on to the most important card of the deck, the reason that this deck works. So what we've got is Proteus Staff, so I will go into a little more detail. So what Proteus Staff does is you pay 2 blue, tap it. You can put target creature on bottom of its owner's library. That creature's controller reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals a creature card. That player puts that card into play and the rest onto the bottom of his or her library in any order. Play this ability only any time you could play a sorcery. Now, the way this works, why this works so well, is as you've seen, Fblthp is the only creature we play. So we target Fblthp with Proteus Staff, he goes to the bottom, and then we flip our deck until we have Fblthp on the top, and then we get to rearrange our deck in any order we want, so we get to stack that. And then when Fblthp enters, we get to draw 2 cards, so we can rearrange our deck into a way that means we can get our combos and win. So we'll start. The main combo that we use is Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal. So if I have mana rocks out that produce at least 3 mana, this will go infinite untaps, and with that you then get infinite mana. You can also use Lithoform Engine in part of Isochron Scepter, and that'll work as well. And then you've got with the Proteus Staff, you then have infinite card draw. So with that infinite card draw, what we're going to do is we're going to draw out our win cons. So I'll start with Nexus of Fate. So if I draw the entire deck, I can then take infinite turns with Nexus of Fate. So I'll play it, it goes back into the library, and then I draw it in my next turn, play it, rinse, repeat, until I've dealt enough commander damage to someone to kill them. So that's infinite turns. Usually at this point people just scoop anyway. And then we've got Codex Shredder, which you can, because you've got infinite untaps, we can just infinitely mill everyone on the table. And then we will bring this card back because with Capsize, if we've got infinite mana, we can infinitely bounce everyone's permanent, and they scoop at this point and you win. That's the Capsize lock. So guys, that is my Fblthp the Lost deck. So it's a combo with Proteus Staff. It's a really great deck. I've seen it win on turn 2, turn 3, all the way till turn 5. It's got so much interaction. It's got so much protection to itself. So it's a really great fun deck to play if you're in the mood to play blue. If you've got any suggestions, any comments, any questions, just let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll get to see more content later on.